Some of the things quietly draining your energy, your clarity, and your peace, they don't knock on your door. They don't announce themselves with fanfare. They slip in silently, disguised as normality, sitting beside you, living inside you. They are like fine dust, almost invisible, yet heavy every time you breathe. Imagine this. You wake up every morning, carrying not just the weight of your responsibilities, but a subtle, invisible heaviness. It's the residue of bad habits, toxic attachments, endless comparisons, and mental clutter. You feel exhausted before your day even begins, yet you cannot name the source. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." What colors are you letting saturate your mind? Which shades are quietly darkening your life without you realizing it? Today, you'll learn to remove 10 things from your life, 10 invisible weights, 10 toxins that quietly erode your energy and your peace. And here's the catch. No speeches, no performances, no external applause. Real change doesn't need an audience. It grows silently in the small choices you make when no one is watching. If you listen carefully until the end, you'll discover not only what to eliminate, but how to reclaim your energy, sharpen your focus, and restore a depth of peace that the world cannot touch. These 10 quiet cuts are not just habits, they are reversals of centuries of wasted energy, distractions, and noise. And once you do this, life will start to feel lighter, deeper, and far more meaningful. Before we start, here is the most essential Stoic principle. There are things within your control, and there are things outside it. Your judgments, your choices, your actions, they belong to you. Everything else is noise. And today, we are removing mostly noise. When the noise fades, the essential finally appears. And when the essential appears, peace comes home. If you want to cultivate wisdom, clarity, and the quiet strength that comes from a life lived intentionally, subscribe to Unique Stoic Wisdom. Join a community of men and women who are deliberately building Stoic habits, people who care less about fleeting approval and more about mastery of self. Share this video with friends, family, and anyone you love, because true peace isn't selfish. It inspires others to reclaim their serenity. Now, let's begin. 1. People who drain you. Not every connection is virtuous. Some relationships are just ropes pulling you backward, dressed as friendship. Some people confuse access with intimacy, presence with care. How do you feel after spending time with certain individuals, lighter or smaller? Seneca advised that we choose our company carefully because time is the only wealth that never returns. Cut quietly, reduce replies, decline invitations, shorten conversations. You don't need to explain your distance. Your peace is reason enough. Closeness is a privilege, not a duty. And those who truly care will respect the boundaries you set. Remember, energy is contagious. Surround yourself with those who lift rather than weigh down your spirit. 2. The someday mentality. Someday I'll start. Someday I'll change. Someday I'll become who I should be. Meanwhile, life passes. Days slip through your fingers like sand, unclaimed and unaccounted for. Seneca warned, while we delay, life passes. Readiness is not given, it is forged in the friction between intention and action. Take the first step today, even if it's imperfect. The Stoic does not wait for perfect conditions. He builds consistency where he stands. A small daily act, a few pages read, 10 minutes of training, one difficult conversation will compound into destiny. One real step today is worth more than a perfect plan postponed indefinitely. The need to explain yourself. Freedom begins when you stop seeking the permission of others. Justifying every choice, your haircut, your career path, your silence, is surrendering your life to the court of external opinion. Epictetus taught it is impossible to please everyone and still keep your peace. Your moral compass, your judgment of right and wrong should guide you, not the expectation of others. Explain when it serves you to those who matter. To everyone else, practice brevity. I can't. Not this time. I've chosen another path. Clarity is not rudeness. It is self-respect in motion. Comparison. Every comparison is a theft of your own path. Social media, endless feeds, and the curated snapshots of others' lives are hallways of distorted mirrors. You see fragments, edited realities, and mistake them for truth. The result? Envy masquerading as motivation, discouragement dressed as reality. Marcus Aurelius urged, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good." Mute triggers, unfollow, close tabs, focus on the tangible, sleep, honest work, presence with those you love, water your own garden. An hour a day of genuine attention is worth more than weeks spent chasing shadows of others. The victim mentality. Pain exists, loss exists, injustice exists. Stoicism does not deny it, but turning every wound into identity is a gilded cage. When "this hurt me" becomes "I am the hurt," you imprison yourself in the past. Ask yourself, what can I control right now? Often it's your attitude, interpretation, and next action. Stop rehearsing tragedy. Replace "why me" with "what can I do?" Small victories, waking early, keeping promises, learning, forgiving, rewrite your story from within. Your narrative becomes your ally, not your chain.
6. Pointless arguments. Not every battle deserves a sword. The need to be right is a slow-burning drain on your soul. Seneca said, "No wind is favorable to one who does not know where he is going." Before engaging, ask, is there openness? Is there goodwill? If not, conserve energy. Share a source, close the tab, return to your work. Your mind is a temple, not a marketplace for every provocation. Silence, guided by purpose, is often the most powerful argument you can make. 7. The clutter you ignore. Disorder teaches your mind that confusion is normal. Piles of things, unread messages, unfinished tasks, they whisper chaos to your subconscious. Stoics do not seek perfection, but clarity. Start small, a drawer, an email folder, a single thought. Remove the unnecessary as if you were carving space for air. Name, organize, discard. Each item in its place is a reminder that you govern yourself. Order in your space leads to order in your mind, and order in your mind brings rest to your soul. 8. Fake urgency. We live surrounded by false alarms, notifications, deadlines, requests for instant replies. Constant haste enslaves. Seneca observed, "He who is everywhere is nowhere." Filter your calls, turn off alerts, set response windows, prioritize the essential. Life gains depth when you stop living in perpetual emergency mode. Learn to give weight only to what truly matters and let the rest drift into silence. 9. Overthinking. Endless analysis masquerades as productivity, but it is usually paralyzed fear in disguise. Epictetus taught, "It is not things that disturb us, but our opinions about them." Break the cycle, write the question, list 3 realistic options, set a brief deadline, and decide. Minutes for small matters, hours for medium, days for the big ones. Action wipes the dust off the window of your mind. Reality corrects faster than thought ever could. 10. People-pleasing. The urge to please everyone stems from fear of rejection, loss, or disapproval. But pleasing all is betraying yourself in installments. Marcus Aurelius reminded, "If something is right, do it. If not, don't." Saying no is a muscle. Begin small. "Thanks, but I'll pass. I can't take that on right now." The more you exercise it, the stronger and easier it becomes. Those angered by your boundaries sought convenience, not connection. True allies respect your yes and trust your no. These 10 cuts, people who drain you, the someday mentality, the need to explain, comparison, victimhood, pointless arguments, clutter, fake urgency, overthinking, people-pleasing, are your quiet acts of liberation. Like a sword, your life gains strength not from what you add, but what you carve away. Choose one item today, take an irreversible step, block a notification,
Mute a contact, empty a drawer, draw a boundary, make the decision you've been avoiding. Repeat tomorrow. Freedom does not arrive with announcements. It seeps into daily practice. When the unnecessary falls, the essential appears. And when the essential appears, peace finds a home. If this message brought you clarity, join Unique Stoic Wisdom. Subscribe and activate notifications. Share it with friends, family, and anyone who needs a reminder that serenity is built, not found. Comment below which of these 10 things you will quietly remove today. Your answer may be the nudge someone else needed to reclaim their inner calm. Stay stoic.